Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It has been quite a long time, and in today's video, I'll be ranking the main characters of Game of Thrones, not from worst to best, but just in tier list form, you know, the basic tier list formats. And I didn't make this, so shout out to whoever made this, and let's get into it. I think it's around 40 of the main characters, so, you know, it's not all going to be top tier, tons of screen time characters, but you'll probably know them. And I don't mean to have this intro forever, but just real quick, how I'll be kind of ranking these guys is not like how nice I think they are, how good of people they are, and how like well written they are. I mean, kind of the well written part, but do I just enjoy when these guys come on the screen? Is it really entertaining? Or do I really hate the character and want something really bad to happen? Like, if I really despise this guy, he's gonna be at the top of the list because, you know, he's making me feel and he's getting me more intrigued in the show. So yeah, this is a like 47 character tier list, as I said before, so I kind of got to speed this up and not ramble on for too long. So we'll ramble on a lot about the more important characters, but the side ones we'll just keep it to a couple sentences. So the first one is Arya Stark. Now, I did relatively enjoy her beginning arc, her first couple seasons where she was with her squad and the faceless assassin saved her. I mean, I thought that was really cool, and her arc with him could have been so cool, but they literally just cleaned the entire time. That was the biggest snooze fest. And obviously her favorite arc, or just, you know, what I enjoyed watching the most about her, was her part with the Hound. I mean, who doesn't love adventures with the Hound? He's easily an S tier character. But back to Arya, I mean, also due to the fact that she killed the Night King, which I didn't really like. I didn't like that scene. It felt kind of corny. It felt kind of like a Disney finale. And due to the fact that I'm not dangling my feet in anticipation and excitement to watch her. So for that, I'm going to have to put her high B. And coming up next, we have Bran the Boring. No, seriously, I do kind of like this guy. I mean, I obviously don't like the ending, but I don't think it was as bad as everyone says it is. And I don't think his arc is as boring as everyone says he is. There's a lot more arcs that I remember just snoozing through that I enjoyed less than Bran. And I'm pretty sure for like season 5 or one of the seasons around there, he isn't really involved at all. And he really isn't in a lot of scenes. Like, I don't know how this guy ended up as king. He's not really even a main character, but I do really like his ability. I wish it was used more, but, you know, I also like this guy in the first season. So I'm gonna have to put him low B, I'd say, right under Arya. And then next up, we have Brienne of Tarth. Now, originally, I did not think I was going to like this character. That first fight scene, I don't know why, it just pissed me off. But she really grew on me. She's a good character. I mean, she's also with our boy, I forgot his name, but it's our boy Jaime Lannister, which is a S tier character. And yeah, there's not really much to say about her. I'm going to have to put her in the A spot. We'll see if it's high A or low A later on. Next up, holy shit, I forgot this guy's name. Bronn of the Blackwater. I mean, he wasn't really my favorite character in the later seasons. I only remember him making a couple penis jokes, and obviously turning against Jaime and Tyrion Lannister, and he was kind of like overall a dick person, but like not in the way that made me more intrigued. Like, I didn't despise this guy, I was just kind of like, oh, why would he do that? So for that, and I did really like him in the first season though, so I'm gonna have to probably put him, this is tricky, bro. I kind of want to put him high B, because he just does fall off at the later seasons, which does a lot of characters, but him especially. And now we have Catelyn Stark, and low-key, I don't enjoy her as much as other people do. I don't really know what the I was just trying to say it's a fancy word, but I don't know what the public opinion on her is, but I didn't necessarily think all her scenes were that enjoyable. I know she was only around for 3 seasons, so like you couldn't get super invested, and there wasn't like a lot of great arcs, but of course I enjoyed her arc with Tyrion, but you know, that's kind of just glazing Tyrion and not giving props to her. I don't really like how she gives away Jaime Lannister. I don't necessarily know what that will do. They could use him as negotiating. So yeah, just for that, I'm low-key gonna have to give the first C spot. I don't think this is a bad character. All the characters here are good, but like, I'm gonna have to put some in C and D tier, so I gotta make this relative, not, you know, just in general. And now that I'm realizing I don't want to make this a 50-minute video, we're gonna stick to the main characters, so I'm just gonna find like the 20 most important characters on this list and rank those, and then another one, I'll do the other guys and call those side characters. So coming up next, we're gonna have to go with Cersei Lannister. Now, originally, I was thinking like B or C tier, but then I realized like she made me so much more invested. Most of her arcs were really good ones. Like after season 5 or 6, I'm pretty sure it is, she does nothing, and that definitely reduces it. She could have been S tier before that, but she literally just sat in her castle and jerked off all day. So yeah, seeing what she will do, how kind of crazy she is, bro, and I can never really tell what she's thinking, and that she's always up to something. So I'm gonna have to give this an S tier. I mean, I'm gonna say we're low S. And coming up next is Daenerys Targaryen. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I should be pronouncing that right because they say her name every episode. Now, she is probably the true main character of Game of Thrones, along with Jon Snow, and I really did like her towards the beginning and towards the middle, but she had a very forced betrayal that did not go over well. It just kind of felt like, why is she burning the whole city down and turning that over nothing? She already won. And on top of that, some of her scenes with like Marine when she's governing that city can be a little boring. So I would have to put her, it's kind of crazy if I don't put her S, right, because she's the main character. But I'm going to have to put her high A tier right above Brienne. Now coming up next, I'm trying to set up these main characters. Joffrey Baratheon. Let me tell you, I fucking love this guy. This is one of my favorite villains. The amount of anger he made me feel, holy, I was clenching my fists in rage when I watched this guy. And I was so happy he died, bro. I was giggling for a solid 20 minutes looking at him gagging on himself. But let me tell you, dude, I miss this guy so much. I realized how much more intriguing he made, like, the King's Landing plot. Like, without him, the King's Landing plot was nothing. And as you see in the later seasons, the King plot, I keep stuttering, but that plot was nothing without him. So yeah, this guy's gonna have to go easy S tier. Like, he's the top of the S tier. We'll see if he goes to their favorite. You know, we gotta check these other guys first. And coming up next, we have Theon Greyjoy. Now, within the first season or two, I never knew what was happening between Jon Snow, Robb, and Theon Greyjoy. I low-key all thought they were the same person, our brothers, so I'm just going to talk about later seasons. Which, you know, he shines when he's with Ramsay getting tortured and when he helps save Sansa. And low-key, this guy is really good at making you feel. I low-key despise this guy after, like, betraying Winterfell, and I was happy when Ramsay betrayed him, and I was happy when Ramsay started torturing him, and then I just felt bad, and then I just, like, wanted him to really, you know, escape and just make right, and, you know, he did. So I think this guy is a good character. I think we're giving him A tier. We're definitely giving him A tier. Let me just drag this real quick. And then next up, this is going to be tricky. I don't know if I would consider Ned a main character. I don't know if, but I wouldn't say he's a side character. Okay, let's go to Viserys. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. I really like this guy. He kind of fell off a winkle bit. I don't think he died the way he should have died. I thought that was kind of bullshit. I don't know why he would discuss betraying Daenerys with Tyrion, the Hand, and I don't know why he would what did he do again? Wait, I'm thinking. Why he would switch up on Daenerys after rooting for her since like season 2 or whatever. So yeah, this is tricky. I mean, he's a really wise guy. The idea that he always knows what's happening, that he knows when you took a shit 3 days ago, that is really cool. Like, all the scenes with him, they were really good. I never looked forward to them, but like, I always enjoyed them very well. I would put him, top of A. Top A. We can move around. So for now, he's top of A. Then we have, let's see. Because I gotta keep tapping the fucking CapCut so it doesn't turn off while I'm talking. We're gonna put our boy Jon Snow. Arguably the main character along with Daenerys. And Jon Snow, let's think about this guy. Firstly, he's got a sexy voice and he's very good looking, which means, you know, you're gonna enjoy the scenes with him a little bit more. You know, he's a very honorable guy, just like his dad, or whatever it's quote unquote dad Ned was. And I thought the plot twist was really cool, like where he's actually egging Targaryen or whatever he is. But I just don't think that was also executed that well because they did nothing with that. I thought his ending was kind of bullshit. I'm not going to say I wanted him to die or anything, but I wanted him to fight Grey Worm. That would have made more sense instead of him being a slave and just sent off to the Night's Watch. But like, I was never absolutely looking forward to every single scene. Like, the Night King, that was really entertaining. He was overall pretty good. But I don't know if he's S or A. I mean, since he's super important and I do like him a little bit more than Daenerys, we'll put him bottom of S tier. And next up, speak of the devil, we got Ramsay. Arguably the evilest guy out there that is so crazy that he pretends to free Theon, make friends with him, save him, kill his own men to gain his trust, and then just start torturing him again. He gets his cock cut off, he makes Theon turn into Reek, and he makes Reek his bitch. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, that's what he's most well known for, but he's honestly pretty, like, smart. Like, where he finds Jon Snow, and he tells his brother to run, to bait out Jon Snow to bring it quicker, they could have easily killed Jon Snow like that. I don't know why they didn't, because Jon Snow was all by himself, but that's a topic for another day. He's just a super smart guy. He's low-key kind of funny, he's a troll, and I really like this guy. He's going bottom of S. I think I'm gonna do it, yeah, I'm doing it, bottom of S. And what I'm gonna do is put them all in the S, A, B, C, or T tier, whatever I want, and at the very end, I'll move one of them to the top one, you know, just so I have all my opinions and I've accumulated a thought. And next up, we have Tyrion Lannister. Now, this guy was the GOAT. If it was just based off the seasons 1 through 5 or 1 through 4, He's easily my favorite character. This guy is so funny. He's so clever in every situation. I looked forward to every single scene this guy had. He had great arcs, great characters with him, and just the way he maneuvers, he's just such a likable guy. I just love this guy. He's also really smart when he becomes Hand of the King. Like, what he was doing out there was crazy, and that was probably my favorite arc in the entire season when he first comes to King's Landing. So yeah, this guy is definitely going to be top of S tier for now. He does fall off in the later seasons. Unfortunately, he's not as smart. He kind of just makes a mistake on top of a mistake, but he's still more enjoyable than most in that season. And it's kind of crazy that our top 3 spots are both the Lannisters so far. And coming up next, we're going to have to give that spot, let me scan, to Stannis. Okay, this guy, I mean, he's definitely grew on me. The first couple seasons, I felt like his scenes were kind of bores. I didn't think they were necessarily bad, but I definitely wasn't looking excited. I wasn't excited, I wasn't giggling, I wasn't tickling my feet. Okay, I'm not going to say that. But I wasn't, dying and... Fuck, I'm trying to come up with a reference and I just can't think. Okay, whatever. I wasn't super excited to see his scenes, but they weren't bad anyway. I would say this is kind of exactly where you would put in the B tier. I don't really like how he ended, but I do think B tier is a good fit. Now, coming up next, we're going to have to give that spot. I think we can give that spot to Tommen. He's the main character. He's in the first 6 seasons. Tommen. He was obviously too weak. He was the whole opposite of Joffrey. He was way too merciful. He was kind of a bitch, and you would have thought that kind of made you lose interest. And I wouldn't say it made me lose interest. It's a very different type of king. It makes you think differently. But that whole plot with the Faith guy, the Faith Millicents, it was just so boring, bro. And he had to do with that too, because he wasn't doing shit, and that's why it was so boring. They were all just waiting. I low-key think this is another example of a prime middle of the pack B tier character. Actually, I revoked that. We're putting him C tier along with Catelyn Stark, because he just wasn't he didn't have an entertaining personality. He didn't make me hate him, he didn't make me like him. I was just kind of on the fence with this guy. And coming up next is the Hound. At first, I didn't really care for this guy, but this guy was really ore farming the entire season. This guy was super cold. I just love how unmerciful he was, but he was low-key kind of fair. In the hindsight, if you think about it, all the things he did was kind of justified, killing a family and taking their stuff, because they're going to suffer through winter. They're dead anyway. And, he was just really badass here, bro. I loved him getting his revenge on his brother, and all scenes with him were super enjoyable. I looked forward to most scenes, if not any, or every, my bad. But yeah, nonetheless, we're going to have to put this guy, I think I'm putting him S tier right above Cersei Lannister. Right above, I'm getting up. Okay, never mind, fuck it, whatever. He's above Joffrey. Coming up next is going to be Jaime Lannister. Jaime fucking Lannister. It's Jaime Lannister. I absolutely love this guy, and I don't think his ending was as bad. I don't think him going to save Cersei was as bad as people say he is. I mean, we all kind of knew that's in his nature. He will do anything for Cersei, as he pushed Bran off. What I don't like is how he says he did not care for the innocent or otherwise, whatever he says, because that just ruins his whole character arc. The entire, literally from season 2, as soon as he gets captured, his whole arc is just learning to be a better person, care for others, save others, and just put his life on the line for others and become human. And it destroys that whole entire thing with the end. But since so many other characters are destroyed at the end, and I really just enjoyed watching, dude, I enjoyed watching every scene this guy had, so we're gonna have to put him S tier. Ooh, where am I putting him S? I think I'm going to put him above Joffrey. I mean, we got to put him above Joffrey. Come on. Actually, I revoked what I just said a couple minutes prior. We're ranking all these characters. The side characters we'll just go through quickly. Coming up next is our boy Ned Stark. What a honorable lad. I mean, you didn't get to see a whole lot of him, so it's not necessarily fair to rank along with all these other guys. But, he wasn't that entertaining of a guy. All his scenes were really good because all King's Landing plots were really good in the early season. He was a solid guy, man. Who didn't like him? I'd probably put him at the bottom of A. And he's still a really good character. Next up, we got Tywin Lannister. And let me tell you, almost every single Lannister is going to be S tier. And that's going to be no different with this guy. Dude, this guy just fucking ore farmed. He told the king to go to bed, and the king just stood up and went to bed. It is absolutely crazy, and everyone fears the king. Everyone sucks the king's dick, but not this guy. And the way he walked into... holy voice crack. But the way he walked in to retrieve that award on his horse, I didn't really know much about him before that. Dude, I got goosebumps, bro. That shit was so tough. So yeah, every single scene he was in was super fucking awesome. I kind of don't like how he switched up on Tyrion. In season 2, he's like, "You're my son. I trust you to be the king's hand." And then in season 4, he's like, "I fucking hate you. You should die, bro." So yeah, but okay, Jesus, I'm rambling. He's going S tier, and I'm gonna put him. I think right below Joffrey because he didn't have a shit ton of screen time, but yeah, still really good. Also, if you guys like these type of videos, please make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments, because I know some of these are probably going to be hot takes. You might not agree with these a whole lot. So, let me know your opinions. And next up, we got Lady Oberyn. I don't know the exact name, but Jesus fucking Christ, I'm stuttering. But Marjorie's grandmother, she was pretty tough. I thought sometimes she tried too hard to be that, cold, badass, wise person. But most of her scenes were pretty funny. I really do like how she poisoned Joffrey, how she let everyone know in the end. I'm gonna have to give her A tier right above Ned. Alright, after that, we're gonna have to put Sir Davos Seaworth. I think that's his name. He was tough. I liked the way he talked. The problem is they kind of put him with all the worst arcs. Like, everything he was in was all the bad arcs, so you couldn't really get a good judge for his character. And so I feel like that kind of makes me dislike him more while watching. But now that I realize, he kind of, to an extent, carried most of scenes. So I'm going to have to put him high B. Yeah, high B. He's going high B. Oh, dude, fuck, my throat is getting so dry. I'm getting voice cracks now. Now we have Samuel Tarly. What a character. I'm going to have to put... Okay, I got to explain my reasoning first. He is a great guy. I mean, he's such a nice guy that just, kind of pushes through every situation. Okay, I'm just saying a whole bunch of nothing right now. I don't really enjoy his whole arc with his lady. I kind of forget her name. Nothing against her. She's a nice character. But it was just kind of boring, man. I think he shined best with Jon Snow and just kind of glazing that guy. He is also likable. I enjoyed watching him. I just did not enjoy the scenes he was in. So for that, we're putting him A tier above Daenerys, top of the A tier. Coming up next is... the Night King. Okay, the Night King. What a character. He was so hyped up. This guy was definitely going to be S. I mean, he killed a dragon on his own. He threw a fucking spear through the dragon and recruited dragon. Dude, that was such a good plot twist when when the dragon's eyes woke up, bro. That literally gave me shivers. But then the final fight, man, it was so bad. You couldn't see shit, which obviously does not make him a worse character. But the way he dies to Arya Stark and how he could have... he didn't even utilize the dragon. I don't know why he didn't utilize the dragon. But yeah, he was kind of stupid there, but he was ore farming the whole season. He was so tough. So for that, he's got to be B tier. We'll just put a middle B tier. And coming up next is going to be Sansa Stark. And I'm not going to lie, I wasn't too fond of her character. I never disliked her for everything. But she was kind of boring. I mean, she was kind of a dick in the beginning, but she was chasing that dream life with Joffrey. Don't blame her. Joffrey's a sexy man. But then, the only plots I can remember are just her getting raped by Ramsay and her getting tortured by Joffrey. And I just really did not like her after they won the Battle of the North. He was just kind of a dick to my boy Jon Snow, and she just, was fucking annoying. So, I don't know if this is going to cause a moral outrage or anything, but she's going C tier. She's going C tier, top of C tier. Or middle of C tier, yeah, fuck it, middle of C tier. Next is Oberyn Martell. Now, this is one of the tricky characters, because I really want to put this guy S. I loved every moment he had on screen. I looked forward to watching him, and, I just liked the guy. So he would easily be towards the top of S tier, but he was in it for less than half. Was it half a season? He was, in for half a season, bro. There wasn't, much you could see about him. I wish you could have got to know him more, but I guess that isn't fair to put him lower just because he was not in a lot. So we'll put him right below Tywin. He's right below Tywin. Okay. Coming up next is Lord Peter Baelish. This is a guy I really loved. I was really skeptical of him in the first couple seasons, which, no fucking shit. I thought I was a genius for catching on to that, but it's pretty fucking obvious. And he was a really, cool, mysterious aura farming guy. And you never really knew what he was up to, just like Lord Baelish. But, this guy was low-key, he was cool. He was more scary. So we're gonna have to... But he does also fall off end season. I don't know why he would give Sansa to the Boltons. I thought he loved Sansa, which... I don't know. So we'll put him, just because of the fall off, we'll put him middle of A, right below Brienne. I don't know. I think that's fair. Alright, actually, no, we'll do right above Theon, so above Brienne too. Okay. Coming up next is gonna be the Mountain. Now, you don't really ever hear this guy talk. He was basically a mid, bro. They would never show this guy, but they always talked about the fucking mountain. I thought his concept was, chill. I didn't really like the whole undead part. I mean, it came with a couple of badass scenes, but I don't know. I wasn't a whole big fan of it. I didn't really care for it. I didn't look forward to him. I didn't have anything against him. He was kind of flat out mediocre. So we'll put him bottom B. Okay. coming up next. Who do we have next? Hodor. Hold the door. Okay, this guy. I really liked his character. His sacrifice was, it was a brilliant sacrifice, an emotional moment. Who doesn't love Hodor? And the reveal that, Bran was telling him to hold the door and he could, change the past or some shit is a really good scene. This was pretty fucking crazy, man. My jaw dropped. This is one of the best, I don't know if it was a plot twist, but surprising moments. And he contributed to that. He was also an enjoyable character, a little bundle of sunshine. I'd low-key put him bottom of A. Is that crazy to say? I don't find him taking away anything at all, so it's only positives for this guy. Alright. Holy voice crack, Jesus. Then we have Grey Worm. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of this guy either. Especially for the last season where he would literally just, he would just kill random innocent people because they were led against his queen. And the fact that he wouldn't kill Jon fucking Snow, who literally killed his queen, and he imprisoned him, that's just insane, bro. This guy would kill him at the very least and fucking rape his body. So for that, that's, he was also just the average guy, man. I didn't get hyped up to see this guy. His story was kind of heartwarming, him opening up to Missandei, or however you pronounce that, so we'll put him, dude, I'm going to put him below Bran. I'm going to put him right below Bran. Alright, coming up next, speaking of Missandei, I think that's how you pronounce it. The translator, she was chill, she was bad, very bad. Just for that, we're going to have to put her, we'll put her right above Grey Worm. Just do that, simple fact. King Robb, what a character. I really love this guy. Just the way he talked, it kind of reminded me of Drax from Guardian of the Galaxy, which I really fucking love that guy, bro. And he wasn't obviously, I don't know, he wasn't the same type of guy or anything, but, he kind of had that fun little silly, playful, jolly vibe to him, and it kind of just lightened up every scene he was in. Fortunately, he died pretty fast, and he low-key just looked like an ass king. He literally just drank all day, which, I don't know. I'll put him B tier, right above Brandon. We'll do that. I don't know if these rankings are crazy or not, because I haven't watched any videos, so I could be causing a moral outrage right now. Okay, coming up next is the leader of the Millicent, the guy who kind of looks like a bird. He kind of looks like that one bird from Sesame Street with Elmo and shit. Kind of scares me a little. But, yeah, I don't really get his whole thing, because he wasn't just targeting, people who broke the law. He strictly aimed for the higher officials and whatnot. So, I don't know if he was just using, I don't know, what am I fucking saying, bro? Okay, this guy, his scenes were all a bore. He repeated the same 7 phrases of nonsense, and just repeated the same exact type of scenes, where I said the exact same shit. It was so boring, and that was the only plot line he was with. So, due to the fact that he made season 6, or was it 7? Okay, 6, 7 joke. But the fact that he made it so boring, he has to go D tier. Coming up next, the faceless lady who was with Arya's training arc, and I'll tell you, she's fucking bottom D tier. She was so boring. I don't know why she wanted to kill Arya. I didn't understand what was happening. Why did she spare her? Why did she just clean all day? Why did she do all this useless ass shit to become a faceless assassin? And this character was a fucking bore too. It's basically all I have to say. Fucking bottom of D tier. I don't hate this character, but it was a snooze fest, bro. Her entire arc was a fucking snooze fest. Alright, now we have our boy, holy shit, I'm forgetting his name, Rickon Stark, the little brother of Brandon, who gets shot by Ramsay. Now, this guy is an overseen, the shadow is cast over this man. He's in so little scenes. They don't even show his funeral or no shit like that, I'm pretty sure. They don't even really show reactions to his death. And dude, they really toss this guy around. They do not give a fuck about this guy. So it's kind of hard to gauge my likes on him. I mean, he was nothing special, bro. We'll have to put him B tier, I guess. We'll put him below Grey Worm, I guess. Alright, coming up next, Khal Drogo. I don't know if his name is Khal Drogo. I'm pretty sure all their names might be that. But, died season 1. He was a pretty badass guy. He kind of just fucking raped Daenerys, though. Which is not cool. Come on, guys. Consent is important. So, I low-key put this guy... he died to a cub. That's pretty lame. We'll put him bottom of B. And now we have Robb, which I think is another overrated character. I do enjoy him, but I was never looking forward to his scenes, per se. The Red Wedding was absolutely fantastic, but, I was happy it happened. I was surprised, but I wasn't necessarily sad that he died. I think I could go on the show without having to see his scenes, which I'm not hating on this guy. He was pretty cool. He was just a not as cool version of Jon Snow, in my opinion. So, we'll go bottom of A tier, because, it was a pretty surprise. You know, we were building up, looked like he was gonna be the main character, and then he got fucking killed. So it was a nice plot twist. And then we got, see now I'm forgetting names. This is where I don't know all the names. Ygritte, I think it's Ygritte, the girl who was with Jon Snow. She said a lot of freaky stuff. I think you know who I'm talking about. Now, she wasn't actually a bad character. I thought I was gonna dislike her a lot more than I did. I thought it was gonna be a classy, cliche, fall in love type of thing. But, you know, it was at least pretty entertaining. I like, you know, I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna say. I mean, there's not a whole ton of shit that she's in. She's the last, like, 2 or 3 seasons. It gets fucking killed by, whatever that guy's name is. I love that moment when she got shot in the back. Okay, back to what I was saying. I would say, I mean, I gotta put her in B, right? She wasn't, I mean, you know what? We'll give her A tier. I enjoyed the scenes with her. She turned what would probably seem like some boring scenes into pretty decent scenes. Next up, I thought I ranked Sansa. Okay, I think I already did. We're just gonna move that somewhere. Okay, Roose Bolton. Now, I'm not very good with, like, you know, memorizing shit and just remembering shit, so I didn't even realize till later on that he was actually part of the other seasons in the Red Wedding and shit. So, you know, he's a pretty cool king, man. He's pretty smart. He's pretty intimidating. He's pretty scary. Nowhere near as crazy as Ramsay, and Ramsay does kind of overshadow him. But I still like this character. We'll put him bottom of A. Yeah, bottom of A, above Ygritte. Above Ygritte. Okay. Now we have Dormund. I think it's Dormund, the red hair guy. You know his face. I don't know his name. He really likes Brienne Tarth. I thought that was a little funny side plot, by the way. But yeah, he's just a nice character. Like, I like how, you know, Jon betrayed him and he was able to forgive them and, you know, help out just the realm, save humanity. He was able to put past his grudges, you know, a little life lesson for you that sometimes you gotta take the high road, man. You know, he was just a funny character, man. He was a comic relief guy, which, you know, I really love my comic reliefs, man. It makes the show a lot more enjoyable. So, we'll put him right above Ned Stark. Or, no, we'll put him right below Brienne of Tarth. Alright, now we have Melisandre, which I feel like she created a lot of, like, side plots that never got explored, or a lot of just, like, fake shit, because, like, she would always talk about this new prince, the fire saying this, all this is coming, but, like, nothing really happened. All her scenes were just yipping and yapping about the promise, whatever, coming to light, and then she was just kind of a bore, bro. She turned into an old lady, which I feel like was just there for shock value. I don't necessarily like her at all, man. Her character is relatively boring, but I don't hate her. I don't even understand what happened at the end, but we'll give her top of C tier, which, I don't know, kind of sounds like I'm hating, but I'm not hating. Next up, we have Renly Baratheon. He was a pretty chill character. I really liked, like, you know, the theme of his army and just, like, the whole vibe that area gave off. That was really cool. The way he died, that was kind of interesting. I don't really know what happened there and why that was never really, like, explained in detail. So, I mean, maybe it was and I just wasn't paying attention. But yeah, I didn't really like the way he died. I thought he could have been a lot more important than he was. And, you know, he's just a chill character. He's, you know, probably, I'll give him top beat, or right above the Night King, you know, chill guy. Now for Yara Greyjoy, and let me just tell you, bro, I really did not like her. I just, like, I hate those type of, okay, I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, it just wasn't a very, I mean, she was, but that's the thing, she's kind of a good character because I hated her, you know what I'm saying? She pissed me off. But then again, her scenes were also pretty boring too, and I didn't think, like, she was just kind of a dick, she was kind of boring. But she did make me hate her, so it's gonna give me, I was gonna put her D tier, but we'll put her right below Tommen. Yeah, put her right below Tommen. Now, the Faceless Man, don't even remember his name, but a really cool character. He kind of gets ruined a little bit in season 6 or 5. Oh, and I just got out of tier list. But he's still a good character nonetheless. He's super cool, and when he first gets introduced, now he's able to just kill anybody like that. So we'll have to give him bottom of A. Next, we got Marjorie. And I think she is a good character. It's pretty cool how she's able to stick her fangs into Tommen and Joffrey and just get them to do what she wants, like how she's manipulating them. That's pretty cool. She's a decent character, you know, nothing crazy about her. I don't look forward to her scenes. I don't hate her. I don't really like her. I mean, she's in, like, see, it's kind of tricky, man, because I think she's a decent character, but I don't really feel any emotions when she comes on screen. So we'll put her right above Missandei, or Missandei, whatever her name is. And next up, we are going to rate this guy over here. Now it's time for Euron Greyjoy. And at firstly, I think he's kind of a good idea, bro. He's another kind of comedic relief character, except his jokes aren't really as funny and they're just very vulgar. And I didn't really understand the point of his character. He wanted to just have sex with Cersei. I mean, out of all people, why Cersei? But I mean, she's still kind of bad, but like, he'll do all this, he'll kill a fucking dragon, which I don't know how he kills a dragon on his first shot, then misses every other shot after that. But like, I don't understand like what his point was, what he did, how he affected the story, because he really didn't. I mean, he caused like some sort of motion and shit, but you know, he's a pretty mid character. I know a lot of people would probably want me to put him lower, but I'm just gonna put him at the bottom of B tier, man. Or no, we'll put him top of C. We'll put him top of C. I mean, I shouldn't care for him. Didn't hate him though. And now we got Marcella Lannister, or Baratheon, which wasn't really that big of a character. I mean, now thinking back on it, during the show I thought she was a lot bigger of a character than she is. I feel like she's like in 3 episodes or 4 episodes I can think of. Her death was pretty cool, but besides that, I mean, she was just kind of a background character. So I have nothing against her, but she's not changing the game, you know? So we'll put her bottom of B tier. Okay, there we go. Then we got Sir Jorah Mormont. He's like your average mentor, guardian type guy, you know? The realize of his betrayal, or like his, you know, first plan, but then he took a liking to her, was pretty cool. To see how he will literally sacrifice everything and anything for her, you know, it's pretty cool. Feels like it can be a little dumb at times, like why does he do that if he knows it's gonna, like, you know, hurt her, and all he does is want to yada yada. But he's still a pretty good character. I'll put him right above Hodor, or no, right above Ned. Yeah, that's a good spot. A lot of characters are getting the B spot, I'll tell you that, or the A spot and B spot. Okay, let's see, who do we got next? Okay, this is kind of crazy because I forget her name, but Miss Stark's sister. Okay, I did have to do a little cut right there because I had to look up what her name was, but it's Lysa Arryn. She's not a huge character. She's kind of a dick. I don't know why she wants to make everybody fly and jump off her fucking balcony. She low-key was a little bit scary when she was talking to Sansa. She really loves Peter Baelish, and that's kind of her whole purpose, is just to play that kind of crazy character. And she doesn't do a bad job. I kind of grow resentment for her, which, you know, is amping up the scene, amping up my emotions. We'll have to give her right below Khal Drogo, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, then we have the girl who poisoned Marcella. I really didn't like the whole Dornish people in that whole plot. Not to be racist or anything, which hopefully it isn't, but it was kind of a bore. But I think the way she obviously killed Mysa and stuff, that was really cool, really smart, kind of caught me off guard. I really do like the whole poison aspect, but she was kind of annoying. She was kind of a dick, and I just didn't really, I kind of grown resentment, but not in like the way that gets me more engaged. And then last but not least is Osha, and I did have to pause and look that up because there's no chance in a million years I was getting that. I just don't really know names. I kind of just go based off of looks, and you can really tell that in this little video. But yeah, the last but probably not least is Osha, and her whole purpose is to serve as, you know, Bran's guide to becoming the Three-Eyed Raven. She doesn't do bad in that, but you don't really get to know a whole shit ton about her. I mean, you kind of do a little bit. And her relationship from, you know, robbing Mr. Bran and, you know, maybe even killing him, to being his guardian helper and in growing affection to him, you know, pretty nice. Shows how people change, shows how, you know, she was gonna do that just, you know, because it was in her nature, you know. Or, okay, I'm just saying a bunch of nothing. I'm not philosophical. Okay, we're gonna have to finish this off. We're gonna put her in the, okay, no, right behind Jaken, or the No Face Man. And that's been a wrap for today's video. If you guys liked it, please like and subscribe. Of course, let me know in your comments. This might have caused more outrage, so, you know, I'm praying. And, you know, see you in the next one. Actually, I forgot to put the #1 character, and that's going to go to Tyrion. I just love that guy. All the scenes were awesome, and now I'll see you in the next one.